Colts coming off a loss in Pittsburgh, but they only gave up 3 points that weren't off turnovers. So does Lou Anarumo think that his defense did the job, didn't do the job? What's he looking ahead to this Sunday in Germany against the Falcons? You know what? The game against the Steelers, the defense wasn't terrible, but they didn't get the win. So nobody celebrates on the flight home, right? The defense can't celebrate on the flight home and say, we did our jobs, you guys didn't, so we got beat by 7. It's a team loss. Lou Anarumo knows that, but one thing that he's really positive about is a contribution that came from Jaylon Jones, who is back from injury for the first time in a number of weeks.
Yeah, I was pleased with what Jaylon did. Certainly, he's been battling injuries really the whole offseason and preseason. So it was really good to get him out there. Did a good job competing, and again was pleased to see what his effort looked like.
Chap, go ahead.
Lou, with again all the a lot of the attention being on trade day, and you just coach who you've got, whoever they give you, and whoever you have. If nothing is done, what tells you that you will have the type of defense that will do what you need to do, playoffs, division, whatever?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've got a great group of guys in that locker room, in the meeting room that we've been, coaching up since we got here in April, and I have a ton of faith in those guys that we have, and feel like we've got a great group. If we end up adding someone, if we don't, we'll make it work either way. But I love the guys we have. I love everything about it. I know Chris is and his crew are doing what every team is doing this time of year, right? They're trying to maybe upgrade their team a little bit, but one way or the other, we'll be fine. And really looking forward to just to our next game this weekend.
Thanks, Luke.
Joel.
What do you think the strengths of Jaylon's game are at corner?
Well, he's a competitive guy, first and foremost. He's got some length to him. He's tough. I think that those are the things that you would probably quantify with any football player at any position, and he certainly has those traits. So he wants to do well. He's eager to learn, but he's got some God-given ability, and you saw it this past weekend.
Kevin.
Lou, you've needed JTT a little bit more here the last couple weeks. What have you seen from him in an expanded role?
Yeah, I've liked what we've seen from JT. I think that the more he plays, the better it'll be. It's again each week's a little bit different. How many tackles do we have up? How many ends? But I'm pleased with his progress. Had a couple good rushes, set a couple of good edges in the run game. Played physical, and it's a different game from college. And JT's another guy that's a hard worker, doing things the right way. We're pleased with his progress for sure.
And then what makes Atlanta unique with Bijan and Drake London?
Yeah. Yeah, you got some elite players there, and certainly they put some of their skill level on display last week with some of the catches they made. But the runs that he can make, the catches that London can make, it's a dynamic group for sure. He can touch the ball and can go the distance at any moment. So we got to do a great job. I thought we had to have a great tackling game last week. It's certainly going to be a paramount this week in order for us to succeed.
Chap.
Lou is a coordinator on the sidelines. When you see Jaylon respond the way he did to sort of come to have Kenny's back on the play and he gets personal foul, do you understand it, but then say we can't have that? What do you say to Jaylon?
Yeah, of course. I think that at any point in a game, there's going to be some, back and forth. That's just football, right? Especially at our level. I think, but they got to understand it can never raise to the level of getting a penalty. So yes, we want to protect each other. Yes, we want to do things the right way, but we never want to cost the team.
We'll do a few more. James.
Lou, Kenny's been back for a few weeks now. How would you assess the way he's looked? And also, when it comes to open field tackling, what stands out to you about his ability to just get guys on the ground?
Well, I think it's been a huge emphasis. We started talking about that. I think right now, as they rank it, we're 7th in the league in missed tackles. So we want to be in the top 5 of that. So we're trending towards that. Kenny leads the way there in terms of getting guys on the ground. He had a great tackle on that jet sweep down in the low red on DK. So obviously a big guy to try to tackle, but Kenny brings a lot of things. That's one of his traits that we love about him. And happy he's back out there playing. So we want to be a great tackling defense. That's how you have a chance to be successful.
There's Lou Anarumo, and one thing you've got to say about this entire coaching staff, from Shane Steichen and all the way down through the coordinators, position guys, all of them, is that they are a week-to-week group. They know that today, every single rep has to lead toward tomorrow, and then every single rep leads toward the next day, and all of a sudden you got a Sunday, and you're on the hook for all of those days of preparation and how you're going to comport yourself on the field this week. You got to figure out how you're going to do that in Germany against a unique opponent with Drake London and Bijan Robinson and Michael Penix Jr. All those players are going to be preparing simultaneously to you preparing to try to be ready to play at a higher level than you on Sunday. So it's not just a matter of doing it yourself as best you can. You got to do it better than the other guy, and that can get a little bit confusing. So Lou Anarumo knows that, and if you keep it simple, stupid, you wind up being pretty successful, and 7-2 is pretty successful.